for our continued coverage of the RGV Highway 83 High School Volleyball Leagues leading up into the regular season, which is just around the corner. And our game tonight features Brownsville RIvera taking on PJSA North. The Lady Raiders and the Lady Raiders squaring off here tonight in this one. On the far court will be the RIvera Lady Raiders from Brownsville, and on the court closest to us, PJSA North. Thanks again for joining us for our broadcast as we continue to, again, get ready for the regular season, which is, well, let's just put it this way. Next Monday, they'll wrap up the tournament here to conclude play here in this. Next Tuesday, practice available for all of the girls. And a week from Monday, they'll be in their first scrimmage. A week from next Tuesday, they'll be playing their first games. And a week from tomorrow, some of these teams will be in their first tournament, as we are that close to high school volleyball getting underway. We thank you again for the broadcast coverage here to the Brownsville. That's 2 weeks. 2 weeks from Thursday before we get to that tournament. August 9th will be right back here in Donna, covering day 2 of the early season tournament in Donna. Billy Watson on the camera. I'm Joe Bowling. Before we wait for the first serve, we'll take a quick break and come right back. High school volleyball on the summer coverage. Highway 83, RGV on Rio Sports Live.
For your construction needs in the Rio Grande Valley, check out Hosanna Construction in FAR. Formerly known as Guzman Construction, Hosanna Construction can design and build your home or take care of your home improvements. 802 East Expressway 83, FAR, Texas, Hosanna Construction. Formerly known as Guzman Construction. Call now for free consultations at 956-435-0381. Hosanna Construction, committed to serving you.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, we are underway with coverage. PJSA North will serve it up first, and it'll be in the net. A point to RIvera. And the Lady Raiders from Brownsville RIvera on top. They'll serve again, returned by PJSA North. Pass from the back row up near the front row. Eased over, and RIvera goes right on the attack. The setter there is Clarissa Olivares. Gets it over, and a point for the Lady Raiders of Brownsville RIvera. They go up 2-0. This RIvera team has been beaten just once in this league, and that was a split with Harlingen South. Those two teams will play later on tonight to conclude our broadcast coverage on this night. Another point to Brownsville RIvera. And you know you're getting close to the conclusion of a tournament when teams start hanging around watching other teams with extreme interest. That was the case when Harlingen South was playing. The Brownsville RIvera Lady Raiders were in the stands watching their game. And now below us, Harlingen South watching this matchup. Brownsville RIvera, who will be their opponent later on. 3-1 the score, and PJSA North Lady Raiders will set back to the service line. We're on court number 2 here, which is on the main gym, but it's on the split court. Serve across by Victoria Camargo. Brownsville RIvera will get it over. Nice pass this time by Jada Scott. Set it up near the net. Michaela Guerrero can't get that over. And a point to Brownsville RIvera. They go up 4-1. Rochelle Guerra back at the service line, and that's the first part of this court that comes into play, and that is your servers are severely restricted on their approach on the service line. Big swing in the middle of the court by PJSA North. RIvera keeps that alive for a moment, but nothing doing, and a point for PJSA North on a kill at the middle of the net. Serve across by Bernice Garza, and the whistle blows immediately. And Brownsville RIvera will get the point and the serve. Kenya Ibarra back at the service line. This team will be a young squad when the high school season gets underway. How about that play by the libero, PJSA North, Camargo, diving over to keep that ball alive. At the net, over by the RIvera Lady Raiders. A point, they go up 6-2. In Camargo's defense, she was helping to get another ball off the court as that serve was delivered. In one motion, swept that out of the way and then dove on that back row to keep the ball alive. Point, though, to Brownsville RIvera. They'll serve again. Camargo with the pass. Center set now to the right side. Big swing. Played on the back row by Brownsville RIvera. They'll go on the attack. One-handed over. Camargo there again to dig that. Off the block. Point for PSJA North as Mikel Guerrero with a nice touch. Guerrero at the net with a height advantage. Utilize that. And PSJA North will serve it over. Played by Brownsville RIvera. Eyes set on that left side. Played by PSJA North. RIvera back on the attack at the center. Challenge at the net. Won again by PSJA North. And there's Guerrero again. Mikel Guerrero. Good rotation across that front line. This serve just glances over the net on the back row. That's going to be a lift called against Brownsville RIvera. And PSJA North now will be serving, looking for the tie. Serve across is a good one. And an ace for the Lady Raiders of PSJA North. They've tied it at 6 apiece. Another serve across with some pace on the back row played by Brownsville RIvera. Chance now for PSJA North to score again and take the lead, but 2 hits will be called on that set. And a point to Brownsville RIvera. RIvera to serve. Again, the approach is about 6 feet back there for a server. So there's no jump serves in play on this court. Brownsville RIvera gets it over. PSJA North. High set in the center, just off the net. In the net it goes. Point Brownsville RIvera. Trying to set up Guerrero. Setter at the front of the net, Sabrina Santamaria. Put that off the net. Now a serve across. A wicked knuckleball played on the back row. Ball up and a huge kill for PSJA North as Jenna Fabera puts that away. So the bigger hits right now coming from PSJA North. Back to the service line is Guerrero. Right-handed server puts that in play. On the back row, they'll play that forward. Challenge at the net. Again, a challenge at the net, and it's still alive as Brownsville RIvera scrambled to keep it in play. Ball over the net. They'll play that. That might have been out. Lady Raiders of PSJA North on the attack. Left side off the block. Played by Brownsville RIvera. High pass across the net. Big swing. Played by the back row. Lady Raiders of PSJA North again on the attack. Brownsville RIvera right back at you. That's off the block. And a point for Brownsville RIvera. Long rally. They take a 2-point lead. Makes it a 9-7 game. Serve for RIvera over on the PSJA North side on the back row. They'll hit that over. Good pass here on the money. A high set in the middle by Kenya Ibarra. And it's put away on a kill by Richelle Guerra. Guerra with the kill. RIvera to serve again. That's in the net it goes. And another point to RIvera. Another ace served up, and suddenly Brownsville RIvera with a 5-point lead. Ball gets away, so they'll track that down. Again, looking back, if we can pan down, you can see there's just not much room to serve. Back there, there's the bleachers, and then about a 5-foot range to approach and serve on these courts. That ball is not returned. And the RIvera Lady Raiders now up by 6 at 13-7. Will serve again. Big hit across, and that's too strong. Another point for Brownsville RIvera, and just like that, they are up by 14. Timeout on the court. Back with more after this.
Truck Techs in Harlingen is your source for lifts, wheels, and tires. Talking trucks of any size, any model, and any year. Specializing in accessories with top-of-the-line products to bring that special look to your truck in a professional way. Lifts, wheels, and tires, with financing available too. Call today or stop by Truck Techs in Harlingen.
Back here on Real Sports Live, and a princess made her way in. My wife brought our little dog in, didn't want her outside. She was with us at the store and made the trip over here. So another fan in the stands. And wearing black, you can't tell who she's rooting for here against these two teams, both wearing black with the white trim. PSJA North returns that over the net. RIvera on the attack. Big swing off the net. Another point, and Brownsville RIvera now rolling up by 9 points. Big swing, that's in the net. RIvera now up 10. That's 17-7. At the net, that challenge is won by the RIvera Lady Raiders. And they now are up 18-7. These games go to 25. No cap, it's just the first team to 25 gets the win, and they play 2 games to establish point total for the night. And eventually they'll lead to the bracket play, which takes place next Monday here, and the eventual championship game, which will be on this court next Monday night. Tomorrow night we'll be back here. We'll also split groups as we'll send Bird and Billy over to Edinburgh to cover the Venom tournament. We'll have 2 systems rolling from 2 different locations, giving you a preview of what's coming once we get to the high school season this year. Ball over on the RIvera side. High set, and that's off the block. PSJA North gets it over again. Good pass, high set center, spiked off the block again. Punched up in the air, a nice cover that time for PSJA North. Next point goes out of bounds. And the Lady Raiders of PSJA North down at 19-8. Entering to serve as Clarissa Olivares puts that over for Brownsville RIvera. That ball's out across the net, and so another point for Brownsville RIvera. They hit the 20 mark first here in this game 1. Serve across. Pass is up high, but over to the RIvera side. They'll immediately look to attack from the center. That's too strong, and out of bounds it goes. Point PSJA North. Back to serve, stands Jenna Fabetta. Deep serve played by Brownsville RIvera. Ball over on the PSJA North side. Right side hit, that's covered by the block, and now the RIvera Lady Raiders on the attack. On the dig, nothing doing, in the net called against PSJA North, and a point to Brownsville RIvera. They just keep coming at you, this Brownsville RIvera team. Serve across this time. Good pass on the money by Victoria Camargo, but now 2 hits called on the second play. And so Brownsville RIvera extends the lead to 22-9. Short serve this time. Camargo there to dig that from the back row. Jada Scott puts that over. RIvera on the attack. That's blocked back at you. At the net, Kenya Ibarra, and a point as Mariana Juarez is able to challenge that and get the point for PSJA North. So much easier covering these teams when they've got some rosters and numbers on the backs. Trying to get a grasp of the players that are on the floor. There's a big kill by PSJA North. And another point. Notches them up to 11. Serving, Victoria Camargo. Gets that serve across. Ball at the net, and point to RIvera, as they'll call over the net on PSJA North. And Brownsville RIvera now at 23, up by 12. Service time for Brownsville RIvera. That's an ace and a 24-11 lead. Ace served up by Alondra Guzman. Check that, that's Richelle Guerra. No, it's not. We'll get that name for you in a moment. Serve across, played by PSJA North. High set, spike off the block. RIvera keeps that alive. PSJA North looking for the attack. Point. RIvera wins at 25-11. We'll be back with game 2 after this.
Here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-up, 3-down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-up, 3-down fishing tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
How to add the VTX1 app to your Roku device. All your favorite shows from VTX1 Channel 1 and exciting games broadcast on Rio Sports Live can be added onto your Roku device by following these simple steps. Step 1. Scroll down to search and push OK on the remote control. Step 2. Type in VTX1 by using the arrow keys to move the cursor around the keyboard and pushing OK to enter the letters. When you're done, choose the VTX1 option on the right-hand side of the screen. Then push OK. Step 3. Choose the Add Channel option on the right-hand side of the screen and wait for the application to load. Congratulations! You have now successfully added the VTX1 app to your channel lineup. It can be found on the main screen under Home at the bottom of the list. For more information, visit the VTX1 website at vtx1.net/OTT.
Well, the high school coaches can't coach, but they can certainly be here and watch. Case in point, Brownsville RIvera's coach over there watching things. Talked to her earlier, and we were talking with both the coaches over there as far as what to expect from Brownsville RIvera. And she was explaining that as we're taking a look at the team on the floor right now for Brownsville RIvera, there's a couple of pieces that aren't here, but for the most part, you're seeing what fans may be seeing on a regular basis when the high school season begins. There's a thunderous kill off the back row. And Brownsville RIvera out to the 1-0 lead. Tie game as PSJA North is able to score. Back to serve is Victoria Camargo. Camargo playing at libero spot, was a busy individual during game one. Her serve across this time is near an ace, and it is going to be a point for PSJA North. Great effort on the back row for Brownsville RIvera, but nothing doing as Camargo serves up the ace. Substitution off the bench for Brownsville RIvera. That serve goes in the net and ties it at 2 apiece. DeMarcus Clark working hard, grabbing all the rosters for us. And then double checking on the rosters to make sure we've got the right name to the right number. So often we just hand the paper over to the teams, and sometimes you get a mixture. You never know what you're going to get. At point scores for Brownsville RIvera. I'll check that, give that to the Lady Raiders of PSJA North, and they go up 3-2. Next serve across. That's over, and a block back at you. Point for Brownsville RIvera as Kenya Ibarra at the net, able to get the block. Four-2 game. Next serve across. A deep serve, and that sails out of bounds. PSJA North rotates back to the service line. Angel Lozano back to serve. Lozano puts it in play. Guerra there with the pass. High set off the net, right side over on the kill attempt by Garza. Ball on the PSJA North side, and that's too strong by Bernice Garza, and out of bounds it goes. Point to Brownsville RIvera. They'll serve again. That was out, so PSJA North with the serve. Point to RIvera. If Billy pans over by the scorer's table, I'll tell you why the confusion is right here. Again, we're both wearing black as far as the teams go, but the labels that tell you who's on what side of the court is flipped. Ball over on the RIvera side. High set middle. Over on the back row, played by PSJA North. From the left, that's past the block. Diving play on the back row by Izagare keeps that alive. That ball goes past the net. Pan over the scorer's table. Again, I'll show you what we're up against here. As you see the labels behind you, and that's saying PSJA North is on the near side. That's not the case. That's Brownsville RIvera. Not that I'm making excuses. Tie game, that's a big attempt, but nothing doing in the net, it goes. The approach was there, but Jenna Fabera just missed on the hit to put that away. Brownsville RIvera will serve. That's Kenya Ibarra. Wicked serve played by PSJA North. Tipped over the block. Ibarra's there. Good set. Right side. Big swing on a kill attempt by Christina Garza. Played by PSJA North. Back over. They'll set it again on a back set. Right side. And a kill for Brownsville RIvera. And they go up 7-5. Back to serve Kenya Ibarra once again. That serve is across. Played by PSJA North. That's in the net again. The attempt was there, and there was an opening on the double block. It wasn't there in time. And just missing again, PSJA North. Ibarra to serve again. With some pace, punched up in the air. Nothing doing on the return, and Brownsville RIvera, on the strength of the serving now from Kenya Ibarra, extends the lead to 4 at 9-5. Ibarra to serve again. That sails out of bounds. 9-6 game. How busy will we be next week? Well, we know Monday we're back here to wrap up this tournament. And then Tuesday, we'll be back at Edinburgh to wrap up tournament action over there. They'll reset this. And back to serve is Jenna Favera. That's a deep serve. Look out on the front row. And Brownsville RIvera now up 10-6. Back to serve is Richelle Guerra. Guerra gets that over. Played by PSJA North. Tip past the block. Back row there to cover that. And that's going to be 2 hits called against PSJA North. They've had several of those calls here tonight. Guerra back at the service line again. Bit of a jump serve that time. Got that over. They'll scramble and play it from the back row across. Brownsville RIvera with a high set still on the back row. One-handed over, and the liberos exchange attempts from the back row, and Brownsville RIvera gets the point. They now lead 12-6. Guerra to serve again. Punches that over on the serve. High set across the net. Ball tipped out of bounds. And Brownsville RIvera now suddenly opens up a 7-point lead. PSJA North trying to get Guerra off that service line. Passes to the right side, back for a back row attempt. Guerra there with a pass. The set is short. Played over on the PSJA North side. High set, cross the net, and off the net it comes right back at you. Another point for Brownsville RIvera. Another serve by Guerra. Knuckleballs across. It's an ace. Brownsville RIvera up 15-6. Steamrolling into what looks like a matchup later tonight. There will be a game between this one and the big marquee matchup. Harlingen South and Brownsville RIvera. That's a preview of a District 32 6A matchup. Spike across, played by PSJA North. They'll two-hand that over. Chance now for Brownsville RIvera to go on the attack. Right side kill attempt, played nicely by the back row of PSJA North. But then 2 hits is going to be called against the Lady Raiders of PSJA North. Another point for RIvera. Timeout call. RIvera now up double figures. Back after this.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats. Laguna Madre Baits, 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas. Back here on Rio Sports Live after a timeout, Brownsville RIvera scores yet again, and Guerra continues to serve away, producing points on the service line for the Lady Raiders of Brownsville RIvera. High set on the back row is thundered across, played by PSJA North. Nice set this time, past the block. Back row there to play that. Good dig by Ibarra leads to this kill attempt. Played by PSJA North again. Off the net, right side, off the block. Back at you. Again over and just off the back row. Point Brownsville RIvera. Couple of opportunities there for PSJA North as Favera had a couple of good looks, but they still can't get Richelle Guerra off the service line just yet. Gets that serve across. PSJA North with a center set, tipped over the block. Guerra back there to cover that. A high pass middle. Hit across, played by PSJA North. Back row, again, another dig this time by Kenya Ibarra. One-handed over for Rivera. They'll slide to keep that alive. How about the play over there by Alonda Guzman? Guzman challenges at the net. That ball falls short, and a point for PSJA North. So they finally managed to get Rochelle Guerra off the service line. And PSJA North will serve. Guerra on the return of serve. Set up by Guzman, right side kill attempt. Big hit by Garza, but it's played by PSJA North. New setter this time, has to back set that. PSJA North on the attack again. Good pass, high set, big swing, and out of bounds, too wide. They're reading the blocks well, the PSJA North Lady Raiders. But they're adjusting on the swing and thus not producing. Back to serve, Clarissa Olivares puts it across for Brownsville Rivera. PSJA North with the ball, get it across. Right there is Guerra. Good pass, high set, big swing right side, and a kill as Emily Morales puts that away. 20-7 the lead. Olivares serves again. Played by PSJA North. Ball off the net. Brownsville Rivera with a back row attempt by Guerra. Played up in the air. Back on the Brownsville Rivera side. High back set this time, and a miss hit puts the ball in the net. PSJA North with the score. Back to serve stands Mariana Juarez. Juarez puts it into play. High arcing serve. Good pass. Covering a lot of ground as a server as Olivares sets up that hit, and that's an easy kill for Brownsville Rivera. You like the play of Olivares. Active, getting to those passes. Just shy of reading where they're going before the ball's in play. Serve across this time for Brownsville Rivera. They'll get it over. That ball across the net, point Rivera. And they'll serve again. Good serve across. High set, tipped, and the block right back at you by Brownsville Rivera. And a point for PSJA North as they recover and then spotted opening on the back row of the defense of the Lady Raiders from Brownsville. Camargo back to serve. Jump serve, puts that into play. Diving play back there by Guerra. Thunderous hit. Played well, and right back at you, PSJA North with a point. Again, they've had opportunities. Their sets have been in good position. Their hitters have just mishit or misread the blocks for the angle. Good pass this time. Brownsville Rivera right back at you with a kill as Kenya Ibarra puts it away. 23-10. Rochelle Guerra rotates out of the game. That's a freshman playing in the libero spot for Brownsville Rivera. Serve across for PSJA North to return it. They'll put that out of bounds off the back row. And Brownsville Rivera now a chance to end this right here. Laisha Izaguirre back at the service line, ready to roll. Puts it into play with some pace. Played up at the net, big swing, and that it does it. Kill by Ibarra, and Brownsville Rivera wins it 25-10. And so Rivera's record remains intact, and they'll set up the big game coming up later on tonight against Harlingen South. That's going to do it for the broadcast. Again, we got a little time in between these games during the summer play, as we've given you a little bonus coverage from the RGV Highway 83 Volleyball Leagues. Brownsville Rivera wins it 25-11, 25-10. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Till next time, for Billy Watson on the camera, I'm Joe Bowling for Real Sports Live. So long for just a while.